Hi, digital designers. This is Tina Phillips from A Wild Plan, and today I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of the interiors workbook that I've created with the collaboration of Ms. Elke Horn from the Workroom channel, who teaches a course on making your world more digitally as an interiors person who creates draperies and pillows and all that great stuff. Since she's always on the road and in the field doing measurements and things like that, she decided she wanted to make her world more digital. And so now she just carries around an iPad instead of like constant pads of papers and forms and things like that to fill out. She wants everything into her iPad that she can also save to the cloud. And this is kind of a culmination of like all the things she's been using for her business to create the perfect kind of project workbook for people. And we've decided to kind of put that for sale. We made it, packaged it up, and made it really pretty for her class. And for anyone else who may be interested in Interiors Workbook, I'm putting the link to her class as well, or to her channel on the Workbook Room. But you can kind of look into her class as well if you want to. If you're an interior, if you have a workroom, I guess she keeps calling it a workroom. I'm not an interior designer, so some of these terms I'm not totally familiar with. So this is the cover of the workbook, and this is in GoodNotes. And GoodNotes is the app that she teaches with her class. And I know a lot of people who use these for personal planners. This is what I usually do on my Etsy store, is create personal planners. But this is a very particular, very specific workbook for this industry. And this is the kind of stuff I'd like to start getting into for specific to help people with their job and work-related stuff. There's a ton of stuff out there for personal, but I'm kind of wanting to delve into a little bit more specific workplace type things, and this was a perfect project for that. And Elke was great to help me out and with all the industry stuff and what she would want and need in this type of workbook. So she was like the perfect person to help educate me a little bit. So this is the cover of the project, and once you have it installed, I'm gonna show it to you. I've created a category here for the interior workbook, and this is all the different versions that we've gone through. But this is how it will look on your GoodNotes when you have multiple projects. The beauty of this is that this workbook was made to be duplicated if you want to use it per project. And I would recommend setting up the first one, if you do choose to purchase this, setting it up to tailor to your particular business first. That way you make it perfect for yourself in one, and then all you have to do is duplicate it for yourself in the future for future projects. But let's go ahead and just go through and see what's already there first to help you out. This is meant to just have a cover of the project and have a title for the project that it's there for. And then your first page, as you can see, we tried to make it a little more skeuomorphism. It looks like a workbook. You have tabs on the right side. You have a nice little spiral on the left to make it look more, this is a workbook. You have also, the graphics are really nice and clear, so you can zoom in, and when you're working, you can always zoom in to when you're doing your writing. You have the ability to zoom in to write cleaner. And this would be the scope of your project. Again, you can have another image of the project itself, information about the designer and the client. And then you have the project calendar, and this is the very first tab up here, and it goes to this page where you have milestone dates and any notes that you need to make for your personal timeline to make the project happen. And after that, you have a calendar template, and what's on here are some stickers. This project workbook also will come with a sticker page, or a little sticker file that has 2 pages of pre-cropped stickers where you can make your own calendar. That way this became an undated thing. And since these are pre-cropped, so you can even just choose one at a time if you wanted to. And you hit copy. And you can sit there, and for between you have the sticker page open, and then you have the planner open, and you can sit there and create your own calendar. And that's why I said that I didn't want to date this, because I didn't want people to feel like they had to rebuy it each year. All you'd have to do is do this once at the beginning of the year. You have your whole year already dated, and duplicate that for yourself, and that makes it a lot easier. And you also get these little sticky notes that I have that you can also copy and paste and put into your planner whenever you need, like something that stands out a little bit for notes and things like that. So that's so this is meant to be duplicated. You can go to the thumbnail gallery, and you only get one page, but I also made this sample duplicate where you just select it and duplicate it, where you would just simply select, and you want to hit edit, select the page. In the lower left hand corner, you hit copy, hit the check mark, select done. And then while still in the thumbnail gallery, upper left hand corner, hit plus, and then you get little plus signs between each page to where you want to add it. And obviously this has 2 months in it. I want to add another month because maybe my project's going to be 3 months. Paste the copy page, and now you have 3 months worth for your project. And again, this is tailored to you. Some projects only last a month. Some may last 6 months. So you have that flexibility to add that for yourself without cluttering up the workbook itself. So let me keep going. And let me just say also, in addition to the navigation part, you have the little interactive tabs on the right side. And then in GoodNotes, you have in this little top left-hand square with the 4 squares on top of each other. These are all different navigation tools for you in GoodNotes. And this is the kind of like the thumbnail at a glance, where you can actually look and see this whole planner, this whole workbook at a glance. And so if you knew that you need to go to a page, if you're more visual, I know I am, I use this constantly. But then again, people prefer, sometimes I went ahead and created a pre-created PDF outline with the original pages of the workbook. So you also have a quick link access to that as well. But in the middle there, if you see, you have something called bookmarks. And these are actually user-based or user-created bookmarks that you can change on the fly. And these are 2 that I just made as samples. Let me go ahead and create another one. So I'm on this page and I want to create an instant bookmark. I can call it whatever I want to. Just call it my bookmark, hit OK, and it shows up. And from then I have the ability to select and hold. I can either rename it or delete it. And that makes it even more flexible if you start using this as your navigation for every page that you create, because the workbook itself has a limited set of links, because right now GoodNotes doesn't really allow linking just yet inside the planner itself. It has to be done through the interface. But this is the best way to do it. And if you get used to it, it's actually very easy and very flexible. So let's move on. So after the calendar is, you've already set your calendar, you've already set everything. You want to go ahead and you're going to go to the site and do the actual measurement. And these tools and charts are all industry standard charts for fabric and things like that. So you have like a quick at a glance for things as you're even on the job. You have, so you're not carrying these large books or tons of like brochures around or cut sheets and things like that. So these are there for your ease of use, for just at a glance. And let me go back, and you can always go back because this is actually a linked list. So and you just have to keep going back and forth between it. So you can just go find your stuff as you need it to go as you go. And I'll just go through these really fast. Some of these are all on the same page too. You have abbreviations for order and estimate forms, types of trim, standard allowances, window treatments. I tried to put the window treatments up front because that seems to be more of the bread and butter for people. So these are kind of the ones that are up front. Number of cuts for pinch and pleats, space and pleats charts, fabric yardage charts, drapery panels, valances, drapery shades, bedding and table linens as well, chair pads, table runners, placemats, napkin yardage, table covers, bedspreads and coverlets, yardage for the solids, comforters, dust ruffles, bolsters, crib sets, and pillow shams, and pillows. And if you think we still haven't, covered everything, there is 2 more blank pages that I have in here that do link to blank pages. So all you'd have to do is write in what you're going to put on that page. And so you have an instant kind of link right there. But like after that, like I said, you're going to have to start using the bookmarks area. So you can always duplicate these blank pages. That was the other flexible thing we tried to do, because we realized people are going to, probably have more to add to this. And they can absolutely do so by just simply duplicating one of these blank pages and then making a bookmark in the bookmark area over here in that little thumbnail gallery. So once you're done with the tools and charts, you're ready to start, or you have your reference tool, so and you're at there to start measuring, you have a measurement section. And this is kind of is a starter part, because we know a lot of you probably have your own custom things that you can always import. All you'd have to do is make your current sheet, scan it in, make it an image, and you can import it into this planner simply by using the little add and taking the image and going to find the image and placing it into this planner. So that makes it a whole lot easier. Also, not to mention, you can take pictures at the job site and add it as you go, especially in these measurement tools. Let me go ahead and show you. Again, we have some blank ones that you can put your own and just write in, so you have an instant table of contents. But we've given you a custom blind measurement worksheet where you can measure your blinds, and you can even add a picture in the upper right hand corner there. You have window measurements, and this was her earlier sample. I put a picture in there. Let me go ahead and delete it. Let me go ahead and show you what it means to add. You want to go ahead and up in the upper left hand corner, image. And it looks like you can also take directly from a camera, but I'm kind of one of those people that likes to do steps at a time. So I would take the picture, save it to photos, look in my photos for those pictures. And I guess let me just put an image that I have on here. This is just the cover itself. And when you import an image, you can scale it up, you can rotate it, whatever you need to do, and then click outside the box, and there it is. And then you still have your notes as you're going. So then you also have another one where you have, say you had like a different type of unique window or whatever. You want to go ahead and take a picture of each window, what room it's in. And again, this page is meant to be duplicated, and to accommodate all the windows that you have to do. I know sometimes it's up to like 10 windows that you're doing for a home. So then again, you have blank ones for your own personal measurement things that you add from that little template. So you just go to the blank pages. And once you're done with the measurement of the design, you go to the design section. And the design section is just an area for you to do sketches. You have the ability to put images from the job and also draw over them to show your idea. There is a full grid page that you can zoom in to create your stuff. And then I've given you a 6-panel grid where you have notes below it. So you could sketch out each window that you're talking about. And then you have similar to what you had in the measurement, but without the measurement part, you have an area for an image and then for notes. Again, there is blank pages for you to add your own, or you can create them with the GoodNotes shape areas and things like that. You can create your own designs. And after you're done with the design, you have the estimations. And again, we left this kind of open because we know a lot of you already have established things that you like to use, but here's your opportunity to incorporate that within this workbook. We've given you a blank supply list, which was pretty much uniform for people, and then a customer fabric trim and hardware log where you can take a picture of the sample or the actual product itself and have a record of it. This page is also meant to be duplicated as needed. And you also have all these blank pages as well for your estimations for your own custom created ones that you've created. And after that, once the job is already approved, ready to go, you have estimations, you have all your samples ready to go, you need to start creating your job orders. And we've given this kind of a starter set of job orders. And again, you have the ability to bring in PDFs or images of your own work orders where you can place your stuff in here, and that way you made it custom for yourself beforehand. So there really is a necessity to kind of play with this, set the first one up to where you like it, and then you can duplicate it for your own job. So you need to create your own little custom one, start with this as a starting point. So you have draperies. These are like work orders that you can add your logo to if you'd like. And the reason these are not in the theme of the workbook itself is that these were meant to be printed, or they're meant to be emailed to people. They didn't really need to be in this theme. And so these are meant to be passed out to people or sent to people. And you would do that simply by filling it out. And in the upper right-hand corner, you have the export, and you can export the current page. And you want to either export it, you don't want to do it as a GoodNotes document. Use a PDF or an image where it flattens it. And that way you can send it to whomever you need to. So I'll just go through the different ones. There's several different drapery ones. Again, this is bread and butter, so we figured we'd have a couple of different variations of doing drapery job orders. There's even a landscape version as well. And tailored valances, Roman shades. Here's another Roman shade, balloon shades, Austrian balloon shades, and table runners, shams, dust ruffles. And again, here's the blank one that is linked from the very previous one that you can sit there and go back. Here we go. Let's go back. Okay. There we go. And you can go back to the job orders as well and fill it in for that blank one. And then from then on, you can add bookmarks for each one that you add. Even new pages that you want to add to the back of this for your job orders, just to keep it all in one place for your particular workroom. So I hope this covers everything. I hope I've given you a nice overview. Please let me know if you have any questions. I've also put a link to Elke's little author page as well from the workbook room if you want to inquire about her course. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I hope you enjoyed this little overview, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.